This is one of the wrongest move Valiant to make.
So recently I did a video talking about the contract obligations Valiant had with the young artist Summa and Not Change Entertainment. I didn't want to go into the details of contract writing, drafting. I didn't want to go into the legalities of how a contract is created and the elements of a contract. That wasn't my intention, because what I was trying to get to in the previous video was whether or not Valiant was obligated to perform in the music video or to shoot the music video with Summa. That was kind of like the crux of the situation. Anyhow, Foota Hype decided to weigh in on the situation. So what I'll do is I'll play what he has to say. I'll pause partway through just to kind of give my own opinions on what he's saying, and then I'll give my overall thought.
So I'm saying to you now, you're a smart youth. You're supposed to have some level of overstanding at the business. You see, when you agree to something verbal, see? Yes, when you agree to something verbal. Like say, send me a Kid Corrupt there, son. So Kid Corrupt, my voice pan already, me I gonna give you 40 grand. And I need it by next week, Monday. And him say, yeah man, me I gonna have it ready by next week, Monday. And my brethren stand up here, so the ear where me I say, him is a witness. This where me have Corrupt say a while ago is called a verbal contract. A verbal contract is binding in court. Meaning say no paper no there. You're not sign nothing. No, there's no paper to prove nothing. But it's still binding in court because we have a witness.
So Foota Hype is right. When it comes to a verbal contract, it is binding. So you can take someone to court based on a verbal contract. You don't even necessarily need a witness. If, for example, say you take somebody to court and them say, yeah, so we did talk about this thing and yeah, we did intend to do this and so on and so forth. If the other party says something along them lines where there's that intention to create a legal relationship, in other words, an intention to contract with that person, then yeah, it's binding. So you don't technically even need a witness. But a witness would help your case. It would, make your case stronger. That being said, Foota Hype talking about a verbal contract isn't actually relevant here, considering that there is a written contract. Again, a written contract would have more weight in court than a verbal contract. It's easier to prove with a written contract than say with a verbal contract, because a verbal contract, it could always be a he said, she said kind of situation, which make it tougher if you're the person bringing action against that person. In other words, it'd be tough if Not Change and Summa did take Valiant to court on a verbal contract if Valiant come back and say, wait, I didn't say anything like that. I didn't say I would be a part of a music video.
So more you pay attention to what me I say, Valiant. Stop listening to them bagger man around you, or them bagger girl around you, and listen to sensible reasoning, my brother. See? Verbal contract is still binding by law. Verbal contract can send you to prison. Verbal contract can make you lose every dollar you have in your life. See? Okay. That situation here is beyond verbal contract. The artist named Summa, Zine, Not Chat Entertainment. Them have you with a signed contract. Well, you listen to me now. Valiant, listen to me. Me not try beat you. Me not try tear you down. Me not try do none of that. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. Them have you sign a paper contract. Them pay you $500,000. You agree to shoot in a video, you know.
So Foota Hype said they agreed to shoot a music video. Again, I don't have the full contract in front of me to read through. Maybe there was a statement in there that said that he was to perform the music video based on what, again, Shelly-Ann had put up on Tea Time. I didn't see that. I don't know if Foota Hype even read the contract, because if him seeing what I was seeing, I don't think he would make that statement. But again, this is just my opinion.
You didn't know, say, even though you signed to Romeich them now, see? And say Romeich them are your booking or your management. Whatever you did sign before that, you're obligated to fulfill it.
Foota Hype is right here, no doubt about it. Whatever he signed before, whatever the contract states that he should carry out as his part or his side of the bargain, then yes, he is obligated to fulfill it, as long as the other side provided what we call in legal terms consideration. And the consideration in Summa's and Not Change side is really the money, the 500,000.
Me just ask you, Valiant. You notice me not try style and I not, me just try reason with you. Even if you're signed to a record label, say you're signed to Motown or somebody bigger than Romeich, or say one of them big internet, you have to fulfill prior engagements. You have to. So no use strong and wrong and make nobody gas you up. You see that little girl named Summa? Based on where they have with you? All that voice note probably can't admissible in a court, but it still will lean the thought process of the jury. See? So if the judge say, okay, make we hear it, it cannot be used to send it to prison, but let's hear it. It are gonna lean the jury them to believe you know what you do.
Foota Hype talking about jury and potential prison isn't relevant here, because it's likely to be a civil suit, meaning that there's no issue. It's a suit against another person. There's no criminal element where you need a jury or you need to go to jail, unless them can prove that there is some kind of fraud happening in some ways. This is just my opinion. Don't take my opinion as fact.
Then you have a written contract, and you take $500,000 and not even like a free. You didn't know, say, if you don't fulfill what you agree upon the contract, that 500,000 what you take can make you lose 50 million.
50 million is an exaggeration. But yeah, it's possible depending on the damages caused, meaning depending on whether if them did shoot the video and everything and put it up on YouTube or other platforms, how much money Summa and Not Change would I get because of it. But since them don't have the video, them couldn't get this amount of money based on this time, given that whenever them sign it, whenever the performance was supposed to happen up until now, yeah, so it could be more than the 500,000, that's for sure. But again, there's no way of truly knowing without hard evidence.
No more ask him this again, cause them look Valiant people here we are cuss. Alright, one of Valiant friends said the video after govern. It's come like him I said the video I got govern is a must. You see me? The boss busy up. Bro, listen to me when I say good. You see, contractual arrangements, bro, it not work off. Yo, I not feel like it today here, so. Yo, I not get up, yo. Yo, I'm going to feel up my girl some more. And that's how it work. And the danger in that one, yeah. The danger in this with Summa now. Them having a signed contract. I take off my glasses because I like on a deaf. And they do have him on video sign the contract. No matter how busy he is, he better take one day and go shoot the video and stop going like him an idiot. Let me talk straight now.
Foota Hype is partially right here, for sure. Being busy as an excuse for not completing your contractual obligations is something where you can't use as an excuse. And why I say he's partially right though is because, say for example, the contract was written well, it would have stated by when the video should have been done. Again, I don't believe that the contract was written particularly well. It wasn't drafted well, but that's just my opinion. Say for example, it went to court, and if there was no time period stated in the contract, then the court would look at what would be a reasonable time period for an artist of Valiant stature to perform a music video.
Them having on video, I sign the contract. Having on voice note, I request the rest of the money. All of these things.
So that's Foota Hype's take. Again, legally, I don't think Valiant is obligated to do the video shoot, but do I think that he should do it? Yeah, I do think that he should. Even if it's just to kind of clear up him name. Say for example, it went to court, I think he would probably win, but the time it took him and the resources it took him to deal with that, I don't think it's beneficial. Personally, I don't even think it's beneficial on Nah Change Entertainment side to take him to court, because at that time having to spend additional funds for a lawyer and all of that stuff, when I don't think the case is particularly strong. Again, my opinion. But I do think from an optics, from an image look, I do think he should perform the music video, because I think it's just the morally right thing to do. If there was an intention... Oh, this is one thing that I hadn't mentioned before. Now, while a contract, like a written contract, supersedes a verbal contract, sometimes courts might not just look at what the contract, like what's on the paper of the contract. A court might not necessarily just look at that. If a court can determine, say, well, you know, when Summa do this, Summa and Nah Change say, yeah man, let's do this song with Valiant, and maybe around that time while them writing up the contract, there's this understanding that, oh yeah, you know, so we are gonna do the song and the video together, right? And Valiant says something like, yeah man, we do song and video type of thing, or something to that nature. Then a court might look at that and say, well, there was an intention to do this video. So it's not just about the black letter of the contract. Sometimes it could also be about the intentions of the parties while they're signing the contract. That being said, it's again kind of difficult to prove if, for example, Valiant said, no, I had no intention of that. But again, from an optic perspective, I do believe that Valiant should do the video. But again, I don't believe he is legally obligated to do so. But wanna let me know what you think in the comments. If you agree with what I'm saying, or if you agree with what Foota Hype said, let me know. But other than that, we move.